In the summer of 1865, the question of land was very much on the mind of Major General Oliver Howard. That May, Howard had been given one of the most daunting assignments in American history. As the head of a new government agency, in the summer of 1865, the question of land was very much on the mind of Major General Oliver Howard. That May, Howard had been given one of the most daunting assignments in American history. As the head of a new government agency, the Bureau of Refugees, Freedmen, and Abandoned Lands, Howard was given a few hundred agents and then charged with overseeing the entire transition of Southern society from slavery to freedom.
The Freedmen's Bureau was supposed to protect blacks from violence. It was supposed to give them access to education. It was supposed to, in some way, get them access to land. It was supposed to make sure that local courts treated blacks fairly. White Southerners deeply resented the Freedmen's Bureau, even though they were not there to quite protect the former slaves, as to make sure that relations between white and black were fair and equitable on both sides.
The federal government never done anything like this. The budget of the Freedmen's Bureau on an annual basis was not much more than what it cost to fight the Civil War for 1 week.
Though having limited resources, what the Freedmen's Bureau had plenty of was land. Over 850,000 acres of it. And Howard sensibly wanted the freedmen to have use of it.
During the Civil War, a lot of land came into the hands of the federal government. Some of it was seized for non-payment of taxes. Some of it was just abandoned by planters who fled when the Union Army appeared. The Freedmen's Bureau was to oversee this land.
At the end of July, General Howard ordered his agents to begin renting out 40-acre plots. The freedmen would have 3 years to buy the land outright.
Of course, this phrase, 40 acres and a mule, was picked up by African Americans all around the South. Many people thought this is a blueprint for Reconstruction.
But within weeks, Howard's plans were in trouble.
Johnson's Reconstruction plan, which he put forward in May of 1865, basically gave amnesty to most white Southerners who would take an oath to the Union and also accept the end of slavery. But he said those who owned $20,000 worth of property before the war are not going to be covered by a blanket pardon. They have to come and get an individual pardon from the president.
Johnson also began setting up new state governments in the former Confederacy.
President Johnson had a very soft version of Reconstruction, almost like a restoration of the Southern states.